Kennedy Jr.'s Make America Healthy Again plan, SNAP participants may soon be unable to buy things like candy and soda using food stamps.
We shouldn't be spending 10% of the SNAP program on sugar drinks.
Supporters say it's a step forward for families on SNAP to make healthier choices.
You too, you fat bitch.
Anti-hunger groups, on the other hand, say it's actually a step forward to eliminating SNAP altogether.
It is a ruse. Any sort of harm to SNAP, anything that makes the program more difficult or stigmatizes it, it's a cut because it's cutting off more people.
Let's talk about this for a second, because we know that the EBT program, the SNAP, the food stamps, whatever you want to call it, was changing. We've known this for a few years already. Again, all you got to do is pay the F attention to see what's going on. But we know that people don't want to see what's really going on. All they care about is how they feel. One of the comments in here says, BS, you should be able to purchase what the F you want. It's just a way to stop SNAP. I don't get them and can't get them due to they say I make a little bit over the mark, but people. Okay, so first of all, that's Ebonic-ish, but let me go ahead and kind of translate. You think that you should get whatever you want, even though you depended on somebody else in order to give it to you, which is problem number 1, 2, and 3. Y'all want to continue to depend on the daggone government when everything that you see and have been seeing is showing and proving that you need to get it your damn self. If you want to buy snacks, open up your daggone wallet, get your damn debit card, your credit card, or whatever the heck it is that you have, and go buy it. This is going to happen, in my opinion. Instead of worrying about stuff that's easy, because that's really what it is at the end of the day, you want to be able to go into the frozen food section and get the pizza that's already in the box and the fries and all those type of things, instead of going and buying potatoes and cutting them up and making your own daggone fries, making your own pancakes or your own waffles or your own French toast sticks. You would rather go get the box and get it because it's easier. Then go buy it with your own money. How come no one ever wants to say that that is an option and something that these people can do? Why are you complaining about something that you get for free? And even though this person who just said this comment may not be getting it, it's something that she clearly is looking for.
Some people that receive EBT and food stamps are not going to be allowed to buy junk food with EBT or food stamps. I seen something that stated that the Trump administration was stopping people who receive EBT or food stamps to stop buying any junk food or high processed food items with their EBT and food stamps. And if they are going to put this rule in place, they just need to decrease the price of healthy foods, okay? Because healthy foods are so high. That's why people shop and buy things that they can afford, aka junk food and high processed foods, because they are trying to make their food stamps benefits stretch the whole month. So towards the end of the month, the kids might be eating oodles and noodles or TV dinners or whatever else or sandwiches with chips, because guess what? Or hot dogs and burgers, because guess what? It is just high. Stuff is high. So you're trying to stretch your food stamps towards the end of the month to make them last. Because anybody who have received food stamps before, which is me, I've received them before, know that those food stamps benefits does not last the whole month. And we all know that that bag of vegetables is $10. Or the price of eggs at this point, okay? It's like $12 for a carton of eggs. Listen, decrease the price of healthy foods so that people can actually afford to buy them.
Girl, good night. Pick a bed and go to sleep.
Another one. What can you do for you instead of thinking that you have any control over someone else and what they should do? Some of these comments make sense. The one dude says, well, it's free, so why you biatching regardless? Because that's what biatches do. They biatch, basically. Biatch is biatching, okay? Next man says, Little Debbie's candy bars, energy drinks, chips, and soda should not be on EBT. Next one says, get a job. You don't deserve anything. That is a perk. This woman says, if you buy just ingredients, plan and prep it, it's way cheaper. Junk is not cheaper. No, they won't want to hear that. They just want what's easy. It's the American way. Whatever is easy and whatever I want, especially when it comes to women speaking. Someone else says lazy. Next one says, as someone who pays for her own food, I am not buying junk food. Next one says, honey, that food stamp money comes from my working tax dollars. Junk food is not a need. Next one says, personally, I found that my benefits stretch a lot further if I avoid junk, just fresh meats, frozen, canned, fresh veggies, pasta, rice, pizza, microwave food, chips are pricey. You can't tell people that don't know nothing. They ain't trying to hear nothing. They ain't trying to learn. They trying to complain. It's the same old thing over and over again, no matter what the daggone subject is. Like I just said a second ago, you could buy the fruits and the vegetables and you can go ahead and make your own crap. You can make it from scratch. It will last longer because you'll be fuller more, because the junk food is not going to fill you up and then you want more and more and more. But one of the things that she's not saying, while she's saying that the food stamps don't last to the end of the month, they forget the fact that this is a supplement, which means that you need to bring something to the table. How come y'all never want to bring anything to said table, but you always want to tell the table how to be set and who can sit there?
So the state of Texas is banning the purchase of chips, soda, junk food, basically, with EBT. Mind you, the price for single ingredients for one meal will run you anywhere $60 to $80. 60 is being generous. So I don't see, one, why that was any of their business, and two, why would they do such a thing when inflation is at an all-time high right now? And what about those people who don't have access to a home that can, cook and stuff like that? Like, it just don't make sense to me, but hey, I guess we just gotta let them do what they do.
Don't be shocked. Idaho and a few other states are trying to ban food stamp recipients from using their benefits on sugary foods and drinks such as soda and candy. And apparently this is all part of a Make America Healthy Again initiative. Now listen, I'm a couponer. I regularly donate my stockpile items such as personal care, hygiene, food items to my local food bank where very low income and homeless people go so that they can access affordable food and items. The first time that I personally went to drop off some things, I had 2 cases of Dr. Pepper, and I remember someone outside, because they sit on their church outside waiting to be let in. They were like, oh, joking around, like, oh, can you leave the sodas out here? Leave there. She was like, oh, they asked you about the sodas, and I was like, yeah, they did. And she was like, oh, it's because we don't usually get soda donations here, and they really love sodas, so they get super excited. And so now moving forward, I always make sure to bring some sodas for them. And each time I also get the same comment. And me, I grew up with soda. My parents love soda. I don't drink soda anymore, but it's something that I never thought of as a luxury, even though we grew up in poverty. And this is what keeps a lot of people going. Like, I know it doesn't seem like much, but as someone that's also addicted to sugar, I don't drink soda, but I'm addicted to like ice cream and everything. I joke to my boyfriend, I'm like, this is the only thing that's keeping me going.
Why stop at soda? Ban all kinds of chips. Doritos, tortilla, just with the salt on it. Veggie straws, because to me, they're not even really that healthy. To me, personally. So whatever I think, I don't think my tax money should go towards anyone buying anything that I don't like.
Treats are often linked to certain chronic illnesses like heart disease, number of different cancers. But President Trump's new U.S. Secretary of Health, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who Dr. Stroman and I were just talking about, and Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins, they want to change that, starting with government programs like SNAP.
So y'all, I'm watching a clip from Fox 26, and basically they are saying that Texas is considering changing how EBT recipients will be able to spend their benefits, and they mostly just said they won't be able to buy junk food. And y'all, I'm literally on the fence about it, because when you think junk food, you only think like soda, cookies, chips. But when you dig deep into it, it's like pieces considered junk food, Hot Pockets, cereal, you know what I'm saying? Like ice cream, cake, brownies, like all that is considered junk food too. And I feel like if they gonna do that, they can't be selling these fruits and vegetables genetically modified, seedless with pesticides and all that stuff. Like they gotta be selling real fruits and vegetables. But then again, think about all the other foods that got dyes in it. Or like milk. Milk is not good. Dairy is not good for us. Even though they say it has calcium in it, but that's not good for your body. Like, you feel me? Then some of this chicken has antibiotics in it. Or, you know what I'm saying? All this stuff in it. So it's like, is that stuff going to be healthier? And then to people who keep saying, oh, I'm not paying for people to eat whatever they want to eat. Regardless if y'all paying for it or not, which I feel like y'all tax dollars don't even go to that, but regardless of if you paying for it or not, it's not like your tax dollars, they're going to give you your money back, or your tax dollars might go up, because now we all know healthy food is not cheap. So your tax dollars might even go up.
So I don't know if many of you know this, but I live in Idaho, and they're passing a law stating that you cannot use food stamps to buy candy or soda. So now I am going to move to another state. I'm sorry, but you're not going to tell me what I can and cannot buy with my food stamps. If I want to buy 20 cases of soda, well, guess what? I'm buying 20 cases of soda. If I want to buy 5 pounds of candy, then I should be able to buy 5 pounds of candy. I only use my food stamps to buy junk. That's how I keep my whole pantry stocked. That's how I keep my 6 kids happy, because it's all they eat. They only eat junk food. So I'm about to start a petition to ban this law because this is against human rights. Humans should be able to consume anything and everything that they please, even if it's on the government's dime. So since I'm leaving Idaho, what state do you think I should move to? Which is the best state that I could, move me and my 7 kids to? Possibly a state that you could just use your food stamps for whatever you want.
So here pretty soon in the U.S., you will no longer be allowed to buy junk food on EBT due to the effects junk food can cause, such as obesity, cancer, heart failure, and depression. And honestly, I don't think they should remove junk. What they should start doing is stop processing everything. I feel like they shouldn't deprive us for what we want to eat because they're using all these processed chemicals. If y'all would try to stop duplicating everything and go the natural route, people won't be having all these kidney diseases, heart failures, cancers, and all these diseases y'all talking about. Because the U.S. used a whole bunch of processed chemicals that's not good for the body to consume, that's why we're having these diseases and all these extra stuff that y'all naming. Y'all the problem. So if y'all could fix that, we'll be able to be healthier. People won't have these health concerns and babies won't have these health defects when they're born. That's all I'm just saying. Y'all the problem. The consumers are not.
So the EBT committee is throwing a fit today. Why, you ask? Because RFK and the federal government are looking to ban sugary drinks and candy from the EBT SNAP benefits. The federal government should not be paying for your sugary drink. They should be paying for healthy food for you and your children. I support this. I think a lot of you see this as an entitlement and a way to spoil your children when it should be just a crutch to get you through. Now, with RFK doing this, I have no problem with it. Because if you want to feed your family diabetic food and food that's not good for them, you should do it on your own dime, not the federal government's. You want a handout, accept what you get. If you want to spoil your kids, well, get a fucking job. Now that this is happening, we're going to see a lot of change. A lot of you are going to go to work and you're going to want to do better because you want to do good by your children.
Better than to feed me anything because I do not care.